Welcome to our show, Geeks Are Wired Podcast, where we talk about video games, movies, TV, comic books, technology, and TLDR, the Internet of Things. I'm your host, Bill. This week, the additional hosts are Steven.
Howdy.
And Anthony.
Hello.
And you can get a hold of us by emailing us at geeksarewired@gmail.com. And you can also text us or leave us a voicemail at 801-896-GEEK or 801-896-4335.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, the other good news. You also can help support us because we have just been paying for this for 398 episodes. We got 2 more and we're at the even 400.
Whoa.
It's a prime number. You can help support us at patreon.com/geekswired, where you get the podcast early. And you also can get access to the Geeks Are Wireless episodes.
Whoa. Geeks Are Wireless. That's amazing.
I'm going to start off with Facebook.
Cool. What about it?
So Facebook is challenging. Yeah, we only got a few links on this one. Facebook is challenging Twitch directly.
For what?
They have made a Facebook gaming.
Oh, no way.
Available. Yeah.
Wow. Do they have any, big gamers?
So I kind of looked through it, but I didn't really dig into who was on it.
Facebook? Yeah.
Facebook, yeah.
I don't know.
So this is where Facebook has it above Twitch, like miles above Twitch, actually. Twitch, to play on Twitch, you need third-party software, period. Nothing around that. Pick your third-party software and you can stream.
What do you mean by third-party software?
Yeah, Twitch doesn't have a in-house streaming software. You have to go to somebody else and then you have to push it to Twitch.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that's a plus, personally.
So when you stream to Twitch, like using your PS4, is that like
that one?
It has
that one
third party right there.
Yeah, it's just included with the PS4.
Oh, okay.
And Minecraft also has a Twitch integration, though I don't think anybody really ever uses it because it's better to use OBS. But
or XSplit, or there's like tons of others.
Yeah, there's like the advantage of using your own is that you can control, like a lot of streamers have places where like it'll show the chat on the screen, or it'll show like the last donation they got, or the last subscriber they got, or the last follower. And there's just a bunch of stuff they can tie into it and like make it really good looking. Whereas if it was something that Twitch provided, you'd be stuck with what they had. And with Facebook, it sounds like you're going to be stuck with what they have.
Okay.
No, wait, okay. So a lot of those others, OBS, XSplit, there's even independent ones where you stream on their own. You can push those to Facebook and Google even has its own stuff too for streaming games.
Really?
Yeah. So you can actually stream onto YouTube.
Oh, that's right. So it goes to YouTube.
Mm-hmm. So this may just be, and it sounds like they want more of the mobile platforms because there is an Android app in the store now. Apple is coming later. They're working on it.
Isn't that just Facebook?
They want people to like stream mobile games.
You've never seen my streams. I've actually played my mobile game and streamed those.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, you can play like Call of Duty,
like
mobile,
Candy Crush.
You could do that too. I've done Pokemon. I've done Call of Duty mobile. I've done PUBG mobile.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about Fortnite mobile?
Oh, you're jumping ahead.
Okay.
But there's something. But yes, you can. Yes, you can. Actually, I might just jump into that.
Okay.
You brought it up.
I spoiled it.
You slightly did. Let's see. So Fortnite moved out of the Google Play Store and had it where you had to install the API. That was the last time I downloaded it once, tried it out. It was the most painful experience. I don't know what kind of bloat they wrote into it, but it was slow, painful, and I hated it. So I never played Fortnite mobile again.
I actually played. I'm not a Fortnite player, but I played it on my iPhone, and it ran good.
But it's in the Play Store. They build it. The Play Store. They have to build it to fit the Play Store, and the Play Store maximize everything. And when Fortnite was in Google's Play Store, it was good. When they moved it out, and you had to install it through their website, it's being terrible. They brought it back to the Play Store.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
it's
now
good
without, like, they're still sold.
now you can stream it on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, you could before too.
Just they're bringing it back to the Play Store, but the Epic is basically saying that due to disadvantages Google puts on apps that are outside of the Play Store, we're putting it on. So they're still sulking.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like they're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart.
Oh no, I didn't. I knew it was going to be good. And what that's like I said, I left the game because it was not good.
Yeah, I don't know why they ever thought that would be a good idea.
That make an extra 30% of their market, their money.
That's I get that.
Yeah, but it just promotes so much other like bad stuff.
Uh-huh.
Because they have to have like their own security.
No, it's not just that. It's that they have to like you have to do a lot of stuff to disable at like installing applications that way.
Okay.
And then you let's say because at that point you can just download any APK off the internet and maybe you get a Fortnite that's been hacked. And it's been hacked in not just like game cheaty ways, but malicious ways too. So it just promotes a lot of bad practices.
So I'm excited again. I might actually check it out on my
Nice.
mobile again. So yeah, you can Facebook instead of Twitch. Now you can Facebook Fortnite.
Sweet. So what's up next?
You just kind of like we just burned through a lot of that. I was like, yeah, just let's see.
Talk about Teams.
Sure.
Teams?
Okay. It seems like so Teams added the ability, like you can do
Teams.
Yeah, Microsoft Teams.
They
added a while ago. They added the ability to blur out like everything behind you, and then like about 2 weeks or so ago, they added in the ability to do custom backgrounds.
Like a galaxy.
Actually, no, they added in the ability for backgrounds, and then shortly after that, they added the ability to do custom backgrounds.
Like what are the custom backgrounds?
Just anything you want.
You just have to put it in a folder in your in Windows. It's your app data folder in your Teams background folder. On Mac, it has to be in your application folder in your Teams background folder. Basically, the exact same spot.
No, it's not in the application folder. It's in the library,
Okay.
and then no, it's in the library application support. I know this because I did it.
Oh.
So on Mac, it's like I can't find the article that I found it on, but I'm gonna keep looking.
Okay.
The place you put it on is like, it's not the folder you can get to normally, but it's your library folder inside of your home folder. And then you just go to.
Is it this one? Is it the username library application support Microsoft Teams background uploader folder?
Yeah, I think
that sounds
so.
very specific. So does it basically just turn everything like behind you into like a green screen kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like a dynamic green screen. It's
So
actually
like
kind of cool.
carves your silhouette out.
So do you have the show notes up?
Yes.
Click on MSPowerUser 1.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. That's neat that they could do that. Wow. So you could put, okay, so is it only static backgrounds or can you have something dynamic?
I think just static. I've never tried a GIF though.
Still pretty cool though. Like really.
No, it has to be a JPEG file, so no, it has to be static.
Okay. Wow, that is actually neat.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try that on my next Teams meeting.
Is that what you guys are using for your job? Is Teams?
It's what everyone's using for their jobs.
That's what everybody's like on right now.
Yeah, Teams ended up flying past Slack and everybody actually. Teams became their number one chat engine.
I keep hearing people talk about like
Zoom.
Skype and Zoom still like.
Skype is not being updated. Microsoft isn't doing anything with it. And they're actually, the only reason they haven't officially killed it is because so many people still are using it. And Zoom has so many security flaws, people are actually dropping it.
Yeah.
I've been watching some live pathology lectures on my computer, and they use a completely different thing.
Yeah.
They probably use like GoToWebinar or something.
Something like that.
GoToMeeting.
Or
Oh no, that's it. I think that is GoToWebinar. Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's it.
that's GoToMeetings webinar service because it gives you a lot more control over muting people and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's actually pretty cool, man, because like sometimes, so one of the things that when you like listen to a lecture, for academia, um, the people that are giving the lecture, it's not like it's kind of like they get, CMEs, like credits, continuing medical education credits for doing it. And, they have like some kind of, I think they have like a rubric on what you have to provide. And one of the things is like, you got to provide a system for some kind of feedback. So, that people were halfway paying attention or whatever. So like a lot of the times at the end of these lectures, they won't give you necessarily a quiz. It'll be more of like a discussion, like here's these questions. Do you remember, what we talked about? And then, somebody will bring up a thing on your computer screen and it'll have you select one and then you submit your answer and then it kind of pulls it and then everybody can see. And then you have a discussion like, hey, so like 45% of you thought the answer was C and you were correct, but you got to remember A was wrong because of blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Nice.
I'm kind of wondering if Teams is starting to do that
Uh,
because
Blue
they,
Jeans also has a way you can break people into little subgroups too,
Mhm.
or little private rooms.
Yeah, like we had a Teams, like we do PI planning and that went over the while we were all at home break, and so we actually had to do it all online. We had like almost 200 people in a meeting,
Wow.
Yeah.
but they don't
That's a
like
ton.
in a Teams meeting, you don't have complete control over muting. At least I don't think you do. So everybody had to self-mute. Otherwise, it was like
You
you could
can,
mute someone, but they could just unmute themselves.
yeah, but you also can like force mute people entering a room. You can you
Mm.
can force everybody to stay muted, and the presenter is the only one with the power, but everyone can still
Oh,
chat.
okay. Well then, never mind.
I've had to deal with a few of these, with everyone
That's,
having their conference calls or their whatever is it, town meetings or firesides. That's what they're calling it, firesides.
Hmm.
so, hey, with you guys, I mean, Anthony, are you working from home too?
Yeah.
Okay. How's that been working out for you guys? Like just in general?
It worked out good until I don't know if I told you about this or not, Bill, but my internet like cut out one day, like on a Thursday at noon, and then it was just terrible up until like Tuesday.
Oh,
And
you did, yeah.
yeah, it ended up being that on Thursday they were working on the polls because I have cable. I have cable internet, and then they got called on another job, and then they just left it.
You can call them
So
out. We do it all the time.
they left it. Yeah, well, yeah, I wasn't doing it not to call them out. I just
Okay.
didn't even think about it. It's Sparklight. Um,
Used to be Cable
and
One.
yeah, it used to be Cable One, and so yeah, they just left it broken until Tuesday
So how
morning.
did that affect your job then? Was it just
Uh,
super slow or?
it wasn't necessarily slow. It was more packet loss. So like it was super annoying where I would like RDP in like yeah RDP into my computer and I could see the blinker going like the cursor blinker blinking, but
Hmm.
it wasn't accepting any input for like 5 seconds at a time.
Oh, dude, that would be annoying.
Yeah, it was. And
Damn.
so I ended up yeah I think on the Monday I ended up working on my iMac and then just using my hotspot.
Oh, from your
So
phone?
yeah, it worked out okay, but yeah, it's been good for the most part. There's just been some days where the internet's been slow, and as far as I could tell, it was actually slow everywhere. Like, because it was good up until I got out of the Sparklight network, and then it just died.
Hmm.
So
How about you, Bill? How's things been going like with work and stuff, like working from home? I mean, you guys are in IT department kind of stuff, right? I mean,
yeah, it's way easier for us.
Yeah, but it was pretty. It worked out pretty well for that. Plus, yeah, and initially, yeah, the internet was giving me problems, but was mostly during non-work times.
uh-huh.
So, and I was like, it was early on during it all. I was like, hey, I'm not going to be mean or anything. Hey, just you guys need to know this because Italy's internet went down and all this.
Hmm.
So I'm like, hey, pay attention to this. Don't let the internet actually go down because I need it and a lot of other people need it.
Yeah.
Been
I
lucky.
mean,
Plus the
working from home
podcast.
wouldn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. And the podcast room turned into the work office, so it's kind of it worked out really well for that.
Do you miss your office?
No,
You
not
like
even.
this setup
I
better?
I like it. Actually, you guys remember the little window up top?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I took there was styrofoam in it that was like to keep the temperature or whatever controlled. I don't know. It was there when I moved in. I just left it.
Yeah.
I finally removed it, and there's so much light in the room.
Wow.
I'm like, yeah. So the podcast room has more light. It's kind of
Yeah.
nice.
Hallelujah.
So back to my thing. To Sparklight's credit, the tech did call me afterward, like after he fixed it and told me. So
That was
That's
nice of
good.
him.
that was nice, and they were always really nice about it. They weren't sure what was going on to begin with. So yeah,
Crazy,
it's
crazy,
been
crazy.
going okay, and the internet for the most part's been like just the internet in general, like in the US, has been pretty okay for the most part. It's just sometimes it's kind of bogged down.
Yeah, I could imagine.
So
Do you
So
miss your office, Anthony?
I had a little tiny like quarter cubicle. So
Not really.
yeah, not really.
Do you miss all your homies at work?
Eh, there's a few I miss, sure.
all the
Do
fun
you,
socializing.
do you miss all the homies talking about Westworld Season 3 at the water cooler, Bill?
I am actually currently behind on Westworld by a
Me
few
too.
episodes.
I'm
But have you
behind
watched
by
Devs?
2 seasons.
Mm-mm.
Devs is awesome.
Is it cool?
It is. It's one of Disney's shows that they produced under the FX name for Hulu. So not to be really complicated, but
What's it about? Like developers?
they there's a bunch. I think I can. This is explained in episode 1. If I get too much more into it, that gets way more complicated. Basically, they have made a machine that can process everything and how everything has acted and will act.
So it's like an AI thing?
It's a predictive analytics more than anything else.
Okay. Interesting. But it's good.
Oh yeah,
Nice. How
I
many
don't know. That
seasons do they
sounds.
have? Is this just the first season?
yeah. Just the first season. It ended. I think the last episode for the first season was last week. Yeah.
Sweet. I just got done watching the new wrap up or like after show episode of Tiger King.
Oh, I still haven't seen the wrap up episode. Is it actually? I've been hesitant. Is it worth it?
I liked it. Yeah, you know who hosts it?
Who?
Joel McHale, the guy that plays Jeff Winger on Community.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. But it was interesting because, you kind of get to see a little bit of like, because he's asking him, did you expect this to be like such a phenomenon? And, like, have people been treating you different? And some people have been like, mean to these people. And
Oh yeah.
it's kind of crazy, man. One guy, you guys watched it, right? Like the documentary?
I've seen all but the last episode. Anthony, have you?
I'm not gonna watch it, so I don't care.
So
Oh,
there's like there's 7 full episodes, but then the 8th episode is what just came out, the after show thing. But like
and it's basically
the guy that was in the beginning where he was the whatchamacallit, like the reality TV producer,
yeah,
with the crazy like I don't know, like Crocodile Dundee hat.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's like in Norway right now. He married some girl in Norway, and even there, dude, he gets recognized like all the time.
Netflix did a great job. It just became popular.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, they're saying that's probably the biggest documentary like ever, like to cause so much of a, social buzz. Because, like other documentaries, it's not that they're bad, they're cool. Like, ones on lions or, they do some of those type of documentaries, and it doesn't create like a social uproar. Do you know what I
No,
mean? It's like,
yeah.
but not everybody has watched it either. I don't think I've met anybody besides Anthony now that hasn't watched it. You know
And
what I
he's not
mean?
gonna either. How dare he?
I just,
It's
you
more
know,
of
I
a.
I saw that it was like #1 in the Netflix thing, and I'm really glad that, have you guys have noticed that Netflix added that like top 10 thing?
I haven't been on
I
I
Netflix in a
noticed
while.
it, and I usually try to ignore it.
I really like that they did that, honestly, because on the homepage you go to their top 10, and it's like the top 10 overall things that are being watched on Netflix, and it's kind of cool to look
In
at,
your
just
country.
to see, or yeah, I guess in your country, and then the and then if you go to the individual things, like if you go to the TV shows tab or the movies tab, they give you like the top 10 movies that are being watched and the top 10 shows that are being watched. But it was just #1 for so long, and I was like, huh, I wonder what the big deal is about this. So that's really what made me like click on it and watch it. And I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll check this out. And then you kind of get wrapped up in the reality TV of it, and it's just like, wow, what a crazy story. You know what I mean? Like, so crazy.
Oh yeah.
The characters are just, like that guy was saying, it's just like reality TV dynamite.
And I think that's
That's
why I don't want to watch it. I don't like reality TV.
so that's the thing. I'm not a fan of reality TV either, but this did a good job at explaining a story and
Yeah, it's not like Real Housewives or what other reality, like The Bachelor. It's nothing like that kind of stuff. It just happens to be like a documentary series on a
yeah.
real event. You know what I mean? So it's like reality TV. I guess I'm using that incorrectly because it's technically a documentary series, but it has a lot of these reality TV elements because they were filming a reality
But,
TV show basically
well, the one
the whole
guy,
time.
yeah, he recorded everything he did. So
Yep.
there's just tons of live footage.
Yeah, there was just so much footage, and I guess that's actually really what made it good too, is because you're not telling a story with like still images or anything. You're actually being able to watch like a
Mm.
lot of footage. But it was just such a crazy story. It's just like, I mean, you just I mean, it's just such a weird web of craziness that it's hard not to like finish it.
So this is why the top 10 in the US cannot be trusted.
Uh-oh.
I moved over to the movie section. Number
What's number
10.
one?
No,
What's
I don't
number
care
10?
what number 1 is. The fact that this is in the top 10 period is wrong.
What?
The Last Airbender.
Oh,
It
when
was
was
Movie.
that
so.
added?
No, I was thinking it was either that or it would be Twilight.
Dude,
So
that's
Let's see.
my number one.
Number
I
1 is
am.
Despicable Me.
Yeah, Despicable Me. I saw that they added that. I've
So
never seen that movie. I might actually
kids,
watch it.
kids are
Pretty good.
probably it's probably kids that are inflating all that.
I
But
can see that.
I would be watching Twilight.
I watched Despicable Me again. It was good. Still
I'd
holds up.
watch I'd watch
I,
Twilight
I
for
would
the
watch it. I
10th
like
time.
Despicable Me.
Hey, I've been to, was it Forks, Washington? Is that it? Or
Yeah, we wanted to
yeah.
go up there when I was in medical school in Washington, but we never made it up there because it's so far north, dude.
So it was during our last year, their summer drive. We were just driving through Washington. We like, oh well, let's just go over here and stopped in this city. I think I don't even remember why we actually passed through the city twice.
No way.
Yeah, and I
'Cause
think it
that's
was
really close to the Canadian border, isn't it?
I'm not 100% sure. We didn't cross over the border, but it was close to a
I mean,
national
it's
park.
close up there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is it pretty?
it's small. It's like a little small town, and it was we happened to just honestly show up at the right time. They were having a festival that
About
was
Twilight?
no, just a town
Ah.
festival. No, but though if you do go there, there is people who sell tickets or take you on tours about the Twilight. Like there's books, because I even saw all this Twilight stuff. I'm like, well, why is this? And I had to be reminded, like, oh, this is the city. I'm like, oh, this makes way more
I
sense
wanted
now.
to do that so bad. I mean, but I'm like one of those like crappy fans because I am like honestly a fan of Twilight. Like that's not a joke. Every time I bring that up, people are like, "Oh, haha," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." I'm like being serious, but I've never read those books and I never intend to. So like I really am just a fan of the movies. And like with Harry Potter, I've never read a Harry Potter book, but I really like all the movies. So I'm like one of those fans that like the real super fans like make fun of because it's like, oh, you're not into it. You never even read the books.
So okay, Ted, look it up. You are correct. Yes, it is north. It's not like border north, but it's north.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I think we passed through it twice is because we ended up going to the Maka Indian reservation that was up there.
Okay.
So I have actually stood on the most northwest point of the continental U.S.
Wow, that's cool,
Yeah,
man.
and it
That's
was
way
and
cool.
the reservation. I mean, they're really nice. It's really pretty.
And wet.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I want to go there now. Get my
And
Team Edward on.
it's right next to the Olympic National Park.
Hey, just out of curiosity, and I know this probably is a dumb question, but did you watch the teaser trailer for the Batman?
No, I know. I'm hesitant. I have to
Oh,
admit. I've also been
dude.
busy. So I've been busy, but I've also been hesitant. Like
Oh
I
man.
barely found out.
I didn't really I just barely found out, and I think I watched it like 2 days ago. It's not really like a teaser trailer if you ask me. It's like a barely
Well, that's what teaser
um
trailers are.
yeah, but
They're not real trailers.
it's not like the teaser trailer like that they released for like episode 3 for Star Wars where it was like halfway kind of decent.
What do you mean? Like
This
episode
is just
9
like
was
a
like no, episode 7 was just the Millennium Falcon sound.
oh, was
Yeah, like
that okay? So no, you're right. You're right.
teasers are
It is on
so
par of that. It's
yeah.
actually better than that because like it basically just shows Batman walking up, and then you don't get to see like his full body, but you get to see his chest and like half of his cowl.
Cowl.
Yeah, but the chest looked cool, man. I wish you had
Okay.
seen that because like the new bat symbol is interesting and the take on it, and I kind of had a few theories on why it looked the way it did.
All right, you talked me into it since it's so short.
Oh yeah, it's not very long, but I mean the suit looks cool. You know, I think because I like an armored suit with plates.
Well, that makes sense where he's immortal
Yeah,
among
see, that's
gods.
why that's exactly why I like that concept. You know what I mean? Because it makes sense and it's more realistic. Like, not to say that I didn't like, Ben Affleck's Batman suit because I did, but it's not like I don't know what that material is, and I'm guessing it's some crazy material that stops bullets or whatever. But when you see an armored plated Batman suit, you're like, yeah, that's designed for function. You know what I mean?
I don't know, the Batmobile kind of.
Dude, the
Let me see that.
Batmobile looks so rad.
No, I gotta. This is like looking back at this. It looks like Tim Burton's Batmobile.
It kind of does. Well, I
Like,
mean, it's not long like that. Well, I'd have to see
see,
the
maybe it's
picture
the
that you're
angle that I'm
looking
looking
at
at. It might be why.
because the
It's
one that
towards.
I was looking at, it looks like a souped up like Dodge Charger. Like it looks like that with a crazy engine in the back with the flame in the back. This one, I think I've seen the one that you're talking about. I don't know if you're watching the right
I,
thing
yeah,
because
mine is like 1:40. I was like, this is not a teaser by
yeah, I don't think
terms of
that's it
teaser.
because it's like shorter than that. But and it doesn't show the Batmobile in it. But you can see leaked. There are some leaked set photos of the actual Batman suit and the Bat Cycle and the Batmobile. And the Batmobile design is like, so, it's not like as to like from when you're just looking at it, it's not so like super technologic like you'd expect from like, Christopher Nolan's or even, Tim Burton's because that one was still kind of, really refined. This one looks like, you rebuilt it from another car and just souped up that car. But I think it's going to work really well in terms of like, because this is supposed to be him as like the detective. Do you know what I mean? This is supposed to take a more detective stance towards Batman and show more of that. And so, like, when you think about those hard boiled, noir detective movies, and they always have that bad, muscle car that they drive, it like really fits that vibe to me. And the Bat Cycle is like the same way, you know what I mean? It's a motorcycle with a little bit of modifications. And the Batmobile is like a car that obviously is souped up really well. And it is highly technological in its own right with that like jet engine looking thing in the back, but at the same time, it's not like, I don't know, I don't see surface to air missiles coming out of it or anything. It just looks like a really fast car,
Yeah.
so far, which I'm totally cool with if they're when they're playing that, just detective side of things, because it's gritty, And I guess that, when I was doing some research, because after I watched that teaser, I was like, oh, I wonder if they have any stuff to say about that. Because honestly, I'm excited to see, how Robert Pattinson does as Batman. He would definitely never, ever in my wildest dreams have been, my cast choice for Batman. But
Oh, come on.
I
Mr. Mom
do.
was Batman before that.
But at the same time, I really think that like he's a good actor. Like I've watched a lot of his. I actually think that his worst acting was in Twilight, like hands down. And then I watched other movies with him just to see if he could act. You know how you do that? If somebody
Yeah.
like Daniel Radcliffe played Harry Potter, but it's like, can he play anything but Harry Potter? So you go watch a movie like with him in it, and it's like, whoa, he knows how to act. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that's how I felt with Pattinson, especially when it comes to like movies like The Lighthouse. Like me and my roommate Sage watched The Lighthouse, and I'm not one of those artsy movie, fans, but that was, in my opinion, it was just great to watch that movie to see how good both these actors could act. And I guess my roommate was telling me that Willem Dafoe really tipped his hat off to Robert Pattinson and was like, dude, you are like amazing at accents, because they had to do a very, very period piece specific accent for this movie. And Robert Pattinson was just nailing it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I just think that those little subtleties are probably really difficult to do. So I'm hoping that he's good in this movie. You know what I mean? I hope this Batman requires that kind of acting. You know what I
So
mean?
I found your little teaser first look trailer. Got the. So what was your idea with the bat symbol with
Okay,
his
so
chest? So I
I
see.
remember. So it's like you see that it's pieces, right? There's like two chunks.
Well, there's like two main chunks, and then there. It almost looks like there's
It's like
like.
inside of a symbol, right? There's like these metal chunks, almost looks like they could pop out, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
But I remember that I read a storyline and I can't remember what it's from, maybe like year one or something there. But I remember reading a comic book where Batman finds the gun that kills his parents. And I remember what he does is he takes it back to the Batcave and he deconstructs it and he like bangs it out, and
Huh.
he makes the bat symbol out of the gun that killed his parents and puts it on his suit.
Interesting.
But I can't remember like what that storyline was, but I remember that being a thing, and I was like, man, maybe that's what they're trying to do with that. Maybe that's a piece of a gun, because it looks kind of industrial and it kind of doesn't, it just looks I don't know, industrial. It looks like it's not meant to be a bat symbol. Do you know what I mean? It's not meant to be like, here, I'm going to make something pretty to put on my suit.
Hey, your idea on that is around the internet.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
IGN's talking about it. The
About that bat
comic book
symbol
review. Yeah,
being
about
the
it being
gun?
made from a gun that killed his parents.
Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, that makes me happy.
Uh,
I'll have to check that out. Did they say what
so
series that's from? Because I just
it's
remember that
that's who
reading that book.
it may contain a nod to the landmark Detective Comics 1000.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool, man. And but I do notice that the bat symbol doesn't have ears. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that what the original bat symbol looked like?
No,
Wasn't it just like two wings or something?
it was basically like two wings. I'm like, as I look over at my first appearance of Robin comic on the wall, I'm
Yeah,
like,
isn't it, see where he has the black and gray, right?
yeah, oh, and
And
blue. It's blue and gray with black.
yeah, that one. Isn't it just like a couple wings and no like head?
No, it still has a here. Let me.
Oh, it does have a head. Okay. Because I was a lot. I mean, I could see that people are probably like, what the hell is up with it? Oh, that's not the one that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Batman's first appearance, I think. Do you
That is
remember his
episode
suit?
like that's issued like 38. That's like like what was he like 26 or either 26 or 24? I'm feeling bad. I can't remember.
How old he was?
No, Detective Comics.
Oh,
Because that's Detective Comics number 38 is the first appearance of Robin.
okay. So 27
27.
is the one that's
27
Batman number
is
one.
so this is literally 11 issues from Batman's appearance.
Okay.
And here,
So
so if you go look at, I even have. Probably should just go to the comic because it's free on Comixology.
oh yeah, so you look at that, you can see the bat symbol doesn't have a head though. On the Detective Comics one, when the number 27 that says like 10 cents on it.
Oh, I see.
Do you see what I mean? It doesn't have like the little pokey thing in the middle of it like, all the other classic ones do.
With the it's more of the body instead of.
It's just like two like wings put together kind of, and they're rounded.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they're kind of trying to do something like that with the bat suit, which that's cool. You know what I mean? The symbols are, I mean, the way it looks like on the suit looks cool to me, so I'm okay with that. What bat symbol is your favorite, Bill? Do you have one?
Toby Maguire's. Or Toby Maguire. Toby. Is it? Is it Toby? No, it's I forgot something Maguire.
And you liked his bat symbol?
Let's see. Was it not Toby Maguire?
That's
What is his
Spider-Man.
Wait, no, that's not right. Um. Uh,
I have like the worst one, man. I I love the symbol so freaking much, but I think that the movie was just horrible. And
is, is it Batman Robin the movie?
yeah, I liked
The
that
movie. I mean?
symbol though. Do you
Or
know
is
what
it
I mean?
Batman Robin or Batman the movie?
No, Batman and Robin,
Batman
that
Robin.
movie with like Chris O'Donnell and like
Yeah, I was totally
it's
wrong.
the worst one.
I was
But
totally wrong
that
on the name. Terry McGinnis. His bat symbol.
oh heck yeah,
McGuire.
dude. No, I take that back. No, Terry
Batman
McGinnis is
Beyond.
probably my all-time favorite. The Batman Beyond symbol. Heck
Yeah.
yeah. No, absolutely. No, that is my favorite. But a second favorite would be, do you remember when the Batman and Robin movie like starts and they show like the logo and it's like the black bat symbol with the red Robin in the middle of it?
Mm-hmm.
I liked that one. I thought that looked cool because it was red and black. And that's why I like
And even Robin's costume has that Nightwing look to it.
yeah, where it's stretched all the way out to the shoulders.
And I almost think Nightwing's almost a better bat symbol than a lot of the Batman symbols.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Nightwing's Batman is kind of better. Like Nightwing, Nightwing symbol is actually pretty awesome.
It is cool. It is cool. I still, yeah, I'm with you because I actually have a T-shirt that I had my wife make me when she worked at one of those vinyl printing T-shirt places,
Yeah.
and it is the Terry McGinnis bat symbol, and I love that thing, man. I think that's so cool. The Beyond suit is my favorite like suit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So I'm just, curious as to when they're actually gonna pull the trigger on a Batman Beyond movie or something. You know what I mean? Although, when I think about it, and I actually haven't read these comics, but my roommate's friend, Reese, he really likes Nightwing comics, and I guess
Oh, yeah.
Nightwing comics are really good. So, I mean,
Mhm.
maybe a movie could be made of Nightwing.
Oh yeah.
Because
I think
I would like a movie of Nightwing just to, understand him a little bit better in the film, setting. Because I haven't watched that the DC Titans or whatever, that live
Oh yeah.
action one.
I wasn't subscribed to DC at the time. I'm thinking about going back to start watching those because I think they're on season 2 now. Go
Yeah, because
watch.
that's the
I've
one
heard,
with the trailer, right? Where he's like, F Batman.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
that one. And what just and so it works out. Um, and if they did the storyline with Tara, that would
Okay.
be where she's working for Slade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like that's actually a really really dark comic book. Like when the cartoon used it, they lightened it up a lot.
Uh-huh.
Then, and also I think Grayson even had a comic book, which was actually super like detective spy something.
Cool. Yeah, bat symbols are sweet, man. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
I like how unique that they get with them. You know what I mean?
Oh, come on. The Bat Family comics are probably like half of DC's comics.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I started like looking, I was like, well, how if I just like was to only get all of the Bat Family comics? And I looked into it, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I am a fan, but man, is there a lot of Bat Family comics. And it's not even like the main ones where there's probably like 7 different Batman comics. Then there's the, 3 different Robin comics. Then you have Batwoman, Batgirl. You have
Yeah. Did you watch any of the
Chris-
Batwoman show?
So because of CW's commercials, I don't have a cable subscription. I have not watched any of their stuff.
Yeah, it's hard, dude. Like it really is because it's nice that they give it to you for free. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I think right now, at least last time I checked, which honestly was like a couple months ago, because I was trying to watch Legacy season 3 on CW, but now it's on Netflix, so I can binge that all I want.
Usually the week after it drops
Which
onto Netflix.
It's just I don't know, dude. I can't do the commercials anymore. I know my roommate went to his father's house and they were watching like a movie on like TNT and stuff, and he was just like, man, I don't know how they do it, like sit there and wait for the commercials to go, because I mean we get so spoiled with things like Netflix and the commercial free Hulu subscription, and I don't know, man, I can't do commercials anymore. It's like so hard.
I ended up getting CBS for the free month, to watch Picard, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I see where the breaks are supposed to happen. I'm like, nope, that's just not gonna. Can't do it.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I can't do it either.
So is Batwoman good though?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of it because the whole season's on the CW app, like the first one, at least last time I checked it was, and you could watch the whole first season. I think that they were shooting the second or episodes of the second season were coming out on TV, but I just didn't want to do the commercials. I know it sounds like petty, but I'll wait until I can watch it without.
Well, have you watched the last season of Lucifer from Netflix?
No, I want to though.
Oh, it's so good. I was just like, yes, and I'm looking forward to their next. I think the next season is the last season.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me a while ago. I like that show though. Lucifer was good. My father was actually the one that introduced me to that show.
Yeah,
and he watched it like on broadcast television, and he was like, "Hey, have you seen that show Lucifer?" And I was like, "No."
That's when I got into it way back when I had a subscription.
Yeah, I barely got into it when it came out on Netflix.
Nice. So you got to just burn right through it all.
Yep. But I haven't watched the last season and a half.
I think it moved to Hulu for a bit while it was still broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Hulu does weird stuff. But now that I think Hulu's going to stop doing some of the weird things now that they're completely owned by Disney.
Yeah. So like, weird stuff? Are you talking about how they'll only have like 5 episodes on at a time or whatever? That. So if you don't get to watch like the first 5, and sometimes it'll like start at episode 3 because they kick the other ones off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's annoying as hell. I hate that.
Oh yeah. And then so I think the only ones that they really are going to be stuck with is like Grey's Anatomy. Is that ABC actually?
I don't know.
Because that might be
what
under
season of that are they up to? Holy crap!
Like 95.
Is it? I mean, is it safe to say really that that's just a soap opera now because it'll never end?
Oh, I was straight up just going like, this is. I watched General Hospital. My mom would have it on this days off from school. I'd watch that and
dude, my mom too. That's funny. Yeah, my mom was in General Hospital too.
Yeah. Yeah, Luke and Laura and Jesse I think her son was Jess. So this is since 2005, and it is on something.
Something.
I know it is. It is ABC. So that's part of the Disney umbrella.
Cool.
So so that's why Grey's will be immune to that, because I was like, maybe Grey's might be just big enough they can do what they want, but they're still part of. They get all their Hulu stuff because was it the contract that South Park had with Hulu I guess Disney destroyed it, or they just saw the writing on the wall and they jumped ship because their next season isn't going to be on Hulu.
No.
Where's
It's
it
going
gonna
to be
be?
on a better station,
What?
HBO Max.
Oh.
Oh man,
And
I
more
don't have an
expensive,
HBO
too.
subscription.
See, they're going to HBO Max. Rick and Morty's moving to HBO Max.
What?
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
but that means
That's
you
good
can,
though, because then you'll get to hear the profanity and all that. I mean, on Hulu you do too.
yeah, or you buy it. Like I ended up, because I didn't have a cable subscription and it's so hard to watch Cartoon Network stuff. I just was like, I'm just going to buy the season.
Yeah,
I like it.
I did that with number 3. I should
Yeah.
do that with number 4 just so I can watch it. Was it good? Was 4 good?
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Nice.
It wasn't. It was kind of. There's some kind of weirdness going on a little bit. I think they were kind of getting into the groove of things, but I think now they're gonna, having all this set up, they're gonna be able to just run well with it.
Nice. Do you like Rick and Morty and that stuff in South Park, Anthony?
Rick and Morty's good. South Park, it's hit or miss. Like I like a lot of it, and like my favorite one was the World of Warcraft episode. But
Yeah, that was awesome.
other than that, like
I
I mean,
just,
I like it, but I get burnt out on it really fast.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't get burnt out on it really, but I just in the last couple seasons, I don't like when they have a cohesive story. Let's put it that way.
See, I like that. That like season
See,
3.
I actually kind of like that with the presidential one.
Yeah, see, I just kind of like, I don't know, I like it when it's about like something. But even then, in the presidential one, they still have the episodes that were like about something, like the one where Mark Zuckerberg's in it, the Stoil, like, what's your Stoil? Like that one was so awesome, but it's like that they take a piece, you know what I mean, of pop culture that's going on right now, and they make an episode centered around it. I like that formula better.
Yeah, but that dates the episodes so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
no,
it's funny
I
now,
totally.
but you go and watch it in like 5 or 10 years, like what?
Oh, I
What is
totally
this?
still laugh.
Well,
I will
and
Like
totally
I
still.
think about right now that like all the YouTube videos are saying like, oh, well I'm inside, or oh I got my TP, and like a year or two from now, that's gonna sound really weird.
yeah.
And they just say it without context too, so
I just don't think it'll lose meaning to our generation though, because we'll remember that kind of stuff.
yeah, maybe.
But I could see how a younger generation would be like, "What the heck are they making fun of here?"
Mm-hmm.
It's
You
like
have to
the
like. It's
ultimate inside joke.
like watching old Looney Tunes or stuff like that. It's like you have to
Yep.
research the culture of the time so you can
Yep.
understand what the joke was.
And you
Yep.
can understand, like you gotta
But
also keep in mind that they were racist,
well, and
and that was the
I'm
times.
sure we're doing stuff nowadays that our future
Oh,
generations are
probably.
going to think we were stupid on.
So bad.
Lots of
Yeah.
sexism
Yeah,
still.
but that's the thing is that you look at this stuff and it is art. You look at art and art
Yeah.
explains how the culture goes and
Right.
how,
It's timeless in the sense that, you know what I mean, that kind of just it's a photograph,
yeah, what's important at the
snapshot.
time. Yeah,
Hmm.
what's important to us right now, and then yeah, so it's almost like a kind of a time capsule of like the news or something like that.
I totally get that. Yeah. But yeah, I like South Park, and I really have enjoyed Rick and Morty, and their stuff has been good. Their references are a little bit older, even. You know what I mean? Um, South Park seems to like keep up with current events and structure an episode around like, what's going on. Well, at least lately, anyway. Do you know what I mean? The first, seasons of South Park were, like I said, like they were going to make fun of this one thing, and it didn't necessarily have to be like something that was going on right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like now they do more up to date pop culture stuff, which that's totally fine.
So we've been going on for a little while, especially where we kind of I'm splicing it together,
Segue.
which should end this episode.
All right,
So,
let's do it.
does anyone have famous last words?
I don't.
So, hey, Steven,
What's up, buddy?
I was nominated at work for being the most secretive person of all the people.
Really?
I just can't. Yeah, I just can't. Emotional. I just can't tell you how proud I am.
Okay.